you all know, there have been a lot of discussion about Ayurveda happening recently, especially after COVID-19. So whatever is happening is for good. As an Ayurveda practitioner, I'm very happy to see there's so many discussion happening about Ayurvedic medicine. So let's look at what makes this science more unique and very special. It's a traditional wisdom of science practiced since thousands of years, but it's still valid. The principle explained in this science, it's not outdated. Even it's very valid, and it can be used for the current healthcare crisis as well. So what are these concepts which make this science more unique and very special, right? It's very important to look at those concepts actually. So one of the important thing is Ayurveda use the multimodal approach for healthcare, health and wellness care, as well as the disease management. It talk about the diet, lifestyle recommendation, herbs, and various type of detoxification therapy or biopurification therapies, and exercise for the healthcare as well as the disease management. So it's not just a science of disease, it's a science of life. As the word indicate, Ayu and Veda, it's a science of life. It's not that the science which only use or which we can depend only when a person gets sick. This core principle can be used in day-to-day life, which to make the person more efficient, more happy, more peaceful, and more healthy. So let's look at these various unique concepts in Ayurveda. So mainly Ayurvedic concept is built on the theory of dosha. So dosha can be compared to a self-regulatory system which governs the various function or actions in the body. And then the next one is dhatus, can be compared to tissue. And third one is malas, it's a base product. And Agni is an energy mechanism which governs the various metabolic function or transformatory energies in the body. And srotas, it can be compared to a metabolic pathway or channels in the body. One important thing what I want to mention is, when I'm translating this terminology, Sanskrit terminology, to English, it's very difficult to phrase it into a one terminology. Next one is the concept of dhatus. As I explained, it can be compared to the tissues. There are 7 tissues explained in Ayurveda. I'm not going to go over detail about that. And when we talk about dhatus, there are concept of ubadhatu, that is sub-tissues also explained. So these dhatus give the bulkness in the body actually. According to Ayurveda, waste product also serves for the maintenance of the health as long as they are normal in their quantity, qualities, and function. So that's very important here. So the waste product is not just, as we usually think, it's to throw out of the body or not to be used, right? But in the Ayurvedic concept, the malas, the waste products also are an important component for the health and wellness care as well as the disease management. Only thing is, we need to make sure that they are formed in the normal quantity, they have a normal quality, and they are doing its function in a normal way. So those are also very important. So next one, as I said earlier, Agni, it's a transformatory energy, or the energy which is responsible for the metabolism or any kind of transformatory action in the body. So in general, when the concept of Agni more implied to the digestion and metabolism, but it also implies for your health, your energy, your brightness, your courage, your intelligence. All that also actually reflect on based on your Agni. Okay, so when any weakness happen in these functions of the Agni, there is a chance of formation of the undigested metabolites, or there is a concept of ama, which is the main cause of the various type of disease. Okay, so one must play a very important attention to make sure that this Agni is functioning properly and there is no undigested metabolites happening or accumulating in the body. So the next is the concept of srotas. We can, as I said earlier, it's a metabolic pathway or the channels, right? So srotas are where nutrients are assimilated and transformed and transported. So it's not just a pathway here, okay? Don't think that. There is a formation is happening, and then assimilation, transformed, and transported. All that function is happening at the level of srotas. So the structure and function of these srotas are also normal, as long as this dosha, dhatus, and Agni are functioning normally. Okay, so by now you kind of get a very, very basic concept or foundational principle of Ayurvedic medicine, very basic. So there is a beautiful concept in Ayurveda about health, balance in dosha level, Agni level, Dhatu level and Mala level. Okay, and then Prasanna Atma Indriya, the happiness or balance of soul and mind. Atma and Indriya. Atma is here soul, Indriya is sensory organ. If your sensory organs are functioning in a proper way, and that person is considered as Swastha. The Swastha is healthy or health. So the balance is the key factor here. In Ayurveda, what we are aiming is balancing all these biological energies in the body. Okay, that's where what we need to pay attention to. So here, if we look at it in a different dimension, what I would like to say is when we are very composed and present with our body, psycho-emotionally at the mind, spiritually at the soul level, and that state is considered as Swastha or healthy. So health doesn't mean that just free of disease. Health means the balance at all the biological energy level, balance emotionally and spiritually, and being present in the moment, and that's what called is health. So it is a state where we are experiencing everything what is happening in our life with a state of ease and peace. So as you see here, the basic construct of health in Ayurveda is a dynamic balance. So homeostasis is only possible when one is constantly, effectively modulating the internal environment with the external environment. So there is a natural rhythm happening in the external environment, right? So if you go in depth of Ayurvedic medicine, you can see that the important thing is the body is more, this body with the human mind and spirit is in a constant communication, in a subtle level actually. There is a communication happening between the body and environment. So that's where you will see the concept of macrocosm and microcosm. What you see in the universe, you will be able to see within our body, right? We can see there is a water inside the body, there is water outside in the nature. There are fire or transformatory energy in the body, and similar energy is there in the environment, outside world too, right? So there is a space here and the space outside. So the concept of macrocosm and microcosm help us to understand our body is in a very close connection with the nature, right? There is like continuous communication happen in the subtle level to maintain the balance or homeostasis in the body. So here actually the topic about circadian rhythm come. So activity of clock gene, that's a recent Nobel Prize topic. So Ayurveda give more value to the flow of nature or the rhythm of nature. So when we talk about that, it's not just about what we eat, or it's not just about how we sleep. When we sleep is important. When we eat is very important. Okay, the sunset and sunrise play some kind of effect on our body as well. So the body and mind are actually connected to the nature of rhythm, and we cannot disrupt this nature of rhythm. We cannot disrupt this connection. It should flow together in a balanced way for the health promotion. I just want to summarize here. So what I discussed is very basic concept of Ayurveda, and as well as the concept of Swastha or healthy person explained here in the classical textbook of Ayurveda. Thank you very much. Namaste.